Every year brings moments that feel charged with invisible energy. October 5th is one of those days that seems to hum beneath the surface. Some call it a starry alignment, others sense it as a doorway into personal change. It isn't magic, it's timing. When people focus their minds together around a symbolic date, their brains open to possibility. That's where the idea of neuroplasticity enters the scene, the brain's ability to rewire itself through focus, feeling, and repetition. The night sky may guide our attention, but the real shift begins inside the mind. Astrological talk about planetary alignment often mirrors what neuroscience already shows: attention shapes reality. When we expect something meaningful, the brain releases a burst of dopamine that sharpens focus. This simple chemical moment helps build new neural paths faster. So when someone meditates, journals, or visualizes change on October 5th, they're not just following a cosmic trend, they're aligning biological readiness with symbolic purpose. The stars give the mind a story to believe in, and belief itself becomes a tool for transformation. Think of it as mental gardening. The alignment acts like spring rain, softening the soil of old habits. Neuroplasticity is the seed that can grow when that soil is open. Science shows that new habits anchor more easily when emotion and timing combine. That's why using an energetic window works. It creates an emotional charge that strengthens memory and intention. By pairing a celestial event with self-reflection, you create a feedback loop between the outer and inner worlds. The real lesson of October 5th is focus. Use this symbolic alignment to decide what story you want to tell next. Spend a few minutes each day around this date imagining the version of you who already lives that story. Feel it. See it. Let your brain record it as truth. That's how the Starry Gateway becomes real, through repetition, feeling, and choice. It's not about the planets moving, it's about you moving forward. In recent years, researchers have measured something remarkable during large group meditations. Brain scans and heart rate data reveal patterns of synchronization. People's bodies begin to move in rhythm without speaking. In twin studies, identical genes responded differently depending on emotional state and mindset. These small but fascinating clues suggest that internal energy can influence biology faster than we once thought. It gives a scientific echo to the idea that focused awareness can open a kind of invisible doorway. When participants meditate with shared intent, brain waves often shift into coherent patterns. It's like multiple instruments tuning to the same key. That harmony can lead to elevated feelings, peace, gratitude, joy, and those emotions feed back into the body's chemistry. Cortisol levels drop, heart variability improves, and immune markers sometimes rise. So the portal effect may not come from the sky at all, but from humans syncing their nervous systems in powerful ways. The science behind it turns mystical language into measurable reality. The twin study data adds another layer. Even though identical genes remain the same, their expression can change through experience. This field, called epigenetics, shows how thoughts, diet, and emotion can switch genes on or off. When groups practice deep focus or gratitude on a day like October 5th, they may be turning on pathways for growth and calm, while silencing stress-related ones. It's biology responding to consciousness, a relationship more intimate than we ever imagined. So what does this mean for anyone watching the stars? It means that alignment is a mirror. When you align thought, breath, and feeling, your biology follows. The cosmos outside simply reminds you of that inner possibility. Use this knowledge wisely. Gather friends, meditate at the same hour, or set a group intention. Notice how the shared field feels stronger than when you practice alone. That feeling isn't fantasy. It's the body proving that connection itself is a sacred doorway. Every heartbeat sends signals to the brain. When the rhythm is steady and smooth, the brain reads safety. When it's erratic, the brain reads threat. Heart-brain coherence means training both organs to dance together in harmony. You can create this state through slow breathing, gratitude, or gentle focus on the chest. Within a few minutes, stress hormones drop and calm awareness grows. This simple act becomes the body's way of saying, "I'm ready for change." Science confirms that coherent heart rhythms enhance decision-making and creativity. When the heart and brain synchronize, electrical patterns line up, allowing information to flow more freely through the nervous system. People describe it as clarity or lightness. On a symbolic date like October 5th, this inner harmony feels like stepping through a clean doorway into possibility. It's not superstition, it's physiology responding to intention. You can practice heart coherence anywhere. Close your eyes, breathe in for 5 counts, out for 5 counts, and imagine appreciation flooding your chest. Keep it simple. Do it for 3 minutes in the morning and 3 at night. Over time, this shifts the baseline of your body from survival to creation. Your heartbeat becomes a metronome guiding your thoughts toward balance. That steady rhythm invites new experiences that match your calm frequency. The secret is consistency. A single coherent moment can change mood. Daily practice can change identity. When the next starry alignment arrives, you'll already be resonating with it. Your heart becomes the real cosmic map, leading you toward the next chapter of your life. So on October 5th, don't chase signs in the sky, listen to the pulse inside you. That's the true doorway waiting to open. Most people hear the word placebo and think it means something fake, but the truth is more powerful than that. A placebo works because the mind expects change and the body follows that belief. Expectation becomes chemistry. It's the brain's way of saying, I believe this is real, and then producing the matching result. So when people gather around certain dates like October 5th, their shared expectation might not be fantasy. It's a signal that starts a biological reaction toward transformation. Researchers have found that belief alone can release dopamine, endorphins, and natural healing compounds. When you think something is working, your nervous system prepares to support that change. It's the same principle behind faith, rituals, and positive psychology. The key isn't the symbol, it's the emotional certainty. When you expect a breakthrough, you send clear instructions to your body to prepare for it. The portal is simply a metaphor for focused expectation that aligns mind and biology. You can use this principle consciously. Set an intention before October 5th, but instead of wishing, decide. Expect that something is already shifting inside you. Feel it as if it's done. Your brain will begin mapping new neural connections around that thought. You might feel calm energy or gentle excitement. That's your biology syncing with your belief. The difference between fantasy and transformation is repetition. The more often you expect change, the more real it becomes to your system. This is the paradox. The placebo effect is not about deception. It's about awakening your inner healer. When you use expectation wisely, you turn a passive belief into an active process. October 5th becomes more than a date. It's a training ground for faith in your own power. The universe doesn't reward hope. It mirrors certainty. So choose your story, believe it fully, and let your body become proof of what you already decided was true. Every habit lives in the body like a memory. The brain wires itself to repeat what feels familiar, even if that pattern causes stress or pain. The reason it's so hard to change is chemistry. Each repeated thought releases the same cocktail of hormones, and the body begins to crave it. That's why people often say they feel stuck. They aren't weak, they're addicted to emotional repetition. But this is where the October 5th alignment becomes a reminder. Cycles can be broken. When you start observing your thoughts instead of reacting to them, something subtle happens. The frontal lobe, the part of the brain that manages awareness, begins to light up. You step out of the loop and create space for choice. Science calls it neuroplasticity, the ability to rewire neural connections. By combining self-awareness with emotion, you train your brain to weaken old patterns. Think of it as slowly melting the glue that holds your old self together. Letting go doesn't require drama. It starts with one calm decision repeated daily. I am no longer this pattern. Each time you catch yourself falling back into old emotions, pause and breathe. You're not fighting the feeling, you're retraining your chemistry. Over days, the body learns new signals. It stops asking for familiar stress and begins to crave peace. The more you practice, the more the old wiring fades. By the time October 5th arrives, you'll notice that the real alignment isn't in the stars, it's inside you. Your brain, heart, and emotions start moving in the same direction. That's freedom. The new chapter begins when you realize you are not your habits, you are the awareness that can change them. Each release, each calm breath is a signal to your future saying, I'm ready. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt peace or tension before anyone spoke? That's energy. It's not mystical, it's resonance. Every person emits electrical and magnetic fields through the heart and brain. These fields interact like waves on a pond. When many people focus on gratitude or calm at once, their waves merge into a stronger field. Scientists can even measure these frequencies a few feet outside the body. Group meditations and collective intentions often show surprising results. Participants report similar sensations, emotions, or even insights. The shared focus builds coherence, a pattern where many bodies and minds sync into one rhythm. On a day like October 5th, when millions might tune into cosmic themes, that coherence could become global. The more people align emotionally, the stronger the field becomes. You don't need to see it, you can feel it when it happens. Working with energy fields begins with awareness. Before joining any group focus, clear your mind of fear or doubt. The field amplifies what you bring into it. If you hold gratitude, you add clarity. If you carry anxiety, you add noise. Choose wisely. The best way to tune in is to breathe slowly, feel appreciation, and imagine your energy expanding from your heart like soft light. This simple act harmonizes your frequency with others doing the same. When many people act with shared love, a resonance builds that can influence the collective mood. That's how small meditations ripple into large change. So when October 5th arrives, take a few moments to connect silently with the world. Imagine hearts everywhere beating in unity. You may not see the field, but you'll sense its warmth. That's the invisible thread that ties humanity together through time and stars. Big transformation rarely happens through grand gestures. It's the small, repeated moments that shape reality. Micro-rituals are simple acts that train your mind and energy every day. Around October 5th, use them as anchors to ground your intention. They don't need to be dramatic. A minute of focused breath in the morning, a sentence of gratitude at night. These are gateways to consistency. Small steps send big messages to your subconscious. Science shows that repetition rewires the brain faster than intensity. When you pair a micro-ritual with emotion, your body remembers it. That's how new habits become automatic. Use the days before and after October 5th to build emotional memory. For instance, before sleep, place a hand on your heart and say, "I'm ready for my next chapter." Feel the warmth and peace that follows. That's how you signal your future self to step forward. These rituals don't need to be mystical. They're behavioral signals that shape your nervous system. When you light a candle, write an intention, or stretch with mindful breathing, your senses tell the brain, this moment matters. Over time, that association builds focus and presence. On the surface, it's a routine. Beneath it, it's a biological reminder that you're in control of your story. The power of micro-rituals lies in repetition, not complexity. They work because you do them every day, especially around symbolic dates like October 5th. Think of it as tuning your instrument before the concert. Each small act keeps your energy clear and your mind steady. When the cosmic rhythm peaks, you'll already be in harmony. That's how simple daily practices become sacred doorways to transformation. While many focus on meditation or intention, few realize that transformation begins during sleep. The brain rewires itself most effectively when you dream. This is when short-term memories become long-term patterns. By aligning your rest with natural cycles, like the shifting light of early October, you amplify the body's ability to integrate new emotional states. Sleep isn't escape, it's construction time for the mind. Circadian rhythms guide your body through light and dark, action and recovery. When you stay up too late scrolling through stress, you disrupt those rhythms. But if you honor them, hormones like melatonin and serotonin balance perfectly. That balance enhances creativity, emotional stability, and healing. Around October 5th, give your body the gift of good rest. The cosmic alignment becomes a perfect moment to reset your biological clock and your inner narrative. Try this simple practice. Before bed, visualize your next chapter as if you're already living it. Feel gratitude, not urgency. Your subconscious will store that image during dream cycles. Studies show that intention before sleep can increase problem solving and emotional resilience. It's like programming your inner computer to process positive code while you rest. So the next time you hear about starry alignments, remember, your most powerful portal opens when your eyes close. The universe works through rhythm, and you are part of that rhythm. Let October 5th be a night of sacred rest. Trust your dreams to carry your future forward. Sleep becomes your silent teacher, shaping the life you'll wake up to. People often hear words like quantum and think of mystery or magic, but at its heart, the idea is simple. Everything is connected beyond distance. When you focus your mind on a new future, you're not sending a signal across space, you're tuning yourself to a different possibility. Non-local doesn't mean far away, it means no boundaries. On October 5th, this concept reminds us that change doesn't travel, it happens instantly when awareness shifts. Imagine you're a radio. The station you hear depends on the frequency you choose. Your thoughts and emotions are that dial. When you hold gratitude or peace, you tune into outcomes that match those feelings. The quantum field is just a metaphor for this invisible web of resonance. Each person, each thought vibrates like a note in a song that fills the universe. Science shows that observation changes behavior at every level, even in the brain. When you picture a new outcome and believe it's possible, neurons fire as though it's already real. Your body rehearses the future before it arrives. That's non-local creation in daily life. Not a trick of particles, but the power of attention. So on October 5th, don't chase the stars. Tune yourself to them. Decide which emotional frequency matches your next chapter. Live in that state before it shows up. The universe reflects coherence faster than effort. When you align within, the outer world follows. Curiosity is healthy. Blind belief isn't. During energetic dates, many voices promise instant miracles. It's easy to get lost between faith and fantasy. That's why a skeptic's checklist matters. Staying grounded keeps power in your hands instead of someone else's. First, question every claim that asks for fear or money. Real transformation never demands panic or payment, it invites awareness. Second, remember that emotion can magnify suggestion. When you feel awe or excitement, pause before agreeing to anything new, let your body calm first, then choose. Science and spirituality can walk together. Healthy skepticism doesn't mean disbelief, it means discernment. Use measurable markers to test your practice. Better sleep, calm mood, kind behavior. If those improve, you're on track. If you feel drained or anxious, adjust. The portal should open your heart, not close your logic. Balance belief with evidence. The more you ground lofty ideas in daily action, exercise, kindness, honest rest, the stronger the magic becomes. October 5th should lift you, not separate you from reality. Keep your feet on earth while your mind touches stars. Every new doorway begins with closing another. People talk about manifesting but forget about releasing. Old emotions cling like dust until you breathe them out. The ritual of release is simple but deep. Name what no longer serves you, feel it fully, then thank it for what it taught. Grief and regret aren't enemies. They're messages. When you allow them to surface, energy trapped in the body finally moves. Crying, journaling, or silent reflection are all ways to sweep the heart clean. Emotional honesty creates space for new joy to grow. Perform this ritual around October 5th. Write down 3 things you're ready to release. Burn or tear the paper, then breathe slowly as you imagine the weight leaving your chest. Notice the calm that follows. That calm isn't emptiness, it's readiness. Releasing is not forgetting, it's remembering differently. You take the wisdom, not the wound. When you clear space inside, the universe fills it with something better. That's the sacred sweep that turns endings into beginnings. Nature speaks in cycles. October sits between light and dark, harvest and rest. Across cultures, this month symbolizes transition. Leaves fall, air cools, and the world exhales. It's a mirror for inner change. The moment to gather lessons and prepare for renewal. Psychologists say humans align emotionally with seasons. As days shorten, introspection deepens. We review our stories and decide which parts to keep. That's why October often feels reflective or mysterious. The collective mood turns inward, creating fertile ground for transformation. Use this natural rhythm consciously. Spend a few quiet minutes outside. Watch the trees release their leaves and imagine your old patterns doing the same. Nature teaches through example, no struggle, no rush, only trust in timing. When you move with the seasons instead of against them, life feels smoother. October 5th becomes a checkpoint between who you were and who you're becoming. Let autumn's wisdom remind you endings are just beginnings wearing different colors. Breathing is the bridge between conscious and subconscious life. One forgotten pattern, 5-count inhale, 2-second hold, 7-count exhale, can reset the brain's default mode network, the system that loops old thoughts. It's simple science. Longer exhales activate calm circuits, signaling safety to the body. Try it 3 times a day, especially around October 5th. As you breathe, picture stress leaving through the exhale like mist. Within minutes, the mind quiets. Creative ideas surface because the brain finally has space. Research shows that consistent breath work improves focus and emotional balance. It lowers cortisol and boosts heart coherence. Over days, the pattern becomes automatic. You start reacting less and responding more. That's what real alignment feels like: steady, clear, and kind. Use this technique as your portable portal. You don't need crystals or chants, just breath. Each cycle is a reset button, turning noise into silence and chaos into clarity. When you master your breath, you master your state. Your brain can't easily tell the difference between imagination and experience. That's why athletes rehearse victories in their minds. They build future memories. When emotion joins visualization, the body records it as real. To use this on October 5th, close your eyes and picture your next chapter. Feel the sounds, colors, and emotions of success or peace. Don't watch it like a movie. Live it from inside. Let gratitude flood your body as if it already happened. Neurons firing together wire together. The more vividly you practice, the faster the brain creates supporting pathways. Soon your actions match your inner movie. You begin behaving like the person you imagined, and reality catches up. This is how intention becomes biology. A future memory is not fantasy, it's training. Each replay strengthens belief, and belief directs behavior. When October 5th arrives, you won't be waiting for a miracle, you'll already be living inside one. You don't need a lab to explore consciousness. Gather a few friends and run your own intention experiment. Choose a goal: more calm, better sleep, kindness, and track results for 1 week. Everyone practices the same short meditation at the same time daily. Record simple data, mood ratings, dreams, or heart rate. Notice patterns. Often shared focus produces similar emotional shifts even across distance. That's group coherence in action, easy to observe and impossible to fake. These experiments teach responsibility. When you realize your thoughts influence results, you treat them with care. The group becomes a mirror showing how energy moves through connection. It turns theory into living proof. Start yours around October 5th. Consider it a sacred experiment in unity. Whether you see dramatic outcomes or subtle peace, you'll know one truth: we're stronger together. Collective intention is the heartbeat of transformation. October the 5th of May shine as a cosmic event, but its true meaning lies inside you. The doorway isn't in the stars, it's in awareness. Every breath, every belief, every act of gratitude opens that gate a little wider. Transformation is not luck, it's practice. Each outline you've explored leads back to the same point. Focus, emotion, and repetition shape reality. When mind and heart agree, life reorganizes around that harmony. So, as this starry alignment arrives, step through it consciously. Release the past, breathe with purpose, rest deeply, and expect good things without forcing them. Let small rituals remind you of who you're becoming. And when the night sky glows on October 5th, remember, you are part of that alignment. You are the sacred doorway to your next chapter. Walk through with grace, gratitude, and quiet certainty. Your new story has already begun.